What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Ivan. Today we are going to react to When Rattlesnakes Attack by They Will Kill You. The link is down in the description down below. If you haven't watched this, if you haven't heard of this channel, please subscribe to them. They make a lot of awesome stuff, really creepy stuff when it comes to animal attacks, you know, disappearances, murders, all types of creepy shit. If you're into that, please subscribe to them. And you haven't seen this particular video, please watch it and then come watch me react to it. And yeah, so without further ado, let's check it out. How can a rattlesnake kill you? Like we don't already know.
Today's video was requested by Chanda King 4. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below. These animals produce one of nature's most fear-inducing sounds. A member of the pit viper family, the rattlesnake has a thick body, a distinctive triangular head, and vertical pupils like cat's eyes. Their ridged scales come in a variety of patterns and colors, depending on the species. There are currently 36 known rattlesnake species. The largest of them and the largest venomous snake in North America is the eastern diamondback, which can reach lengths of up to 8 feet. The rattle is made up of hollow, interlocking keratin segments and is located at the tip of the tail. Every time the snake sheds its skin, another segment is added to the rattle. When the snake holds its tail up vertically and vibrates it rapidly, it causes the keratin segments to knock into each other. This creates the infamous shaker sound. It's considered to be a highly developed warning mechanism for potential predators. The muscles that sustain the rattle sound produce some of the fastest twitches in the animal kingdom, firing 50 times per second for up to 3 hours. Rattlesnakes are fascinating creatures.
Yeah, fun fact about the rattlesnake, actually, there has been some thing going on that over time that the rattlesnake may actually stop using the rattle because there's been a lot of people hunting it, and so evolution may have them stop using the rattles in order for them to hide, which I think makes them a lot more dangerous because if you can't hear them coming, they will strike. So yeah, so all the more reason people should stop fucking with these snakes and just leave them be. I really hope they're not picking up the sound in the background. I really hope not.
But they can also be very dangerous. They're the leading cause of snake bite injuries in North America and a major contender for the same position in Central and South America. Number 5, Victor Pratt. Snake handling has been present from street performances to daredevil acts and religious cults. However, even those experienced in working with snakes are sometimes faced with how dangerous they can be. 48-year-old Victor Pratt had been catching snakes since he was a teenager. When a rattlesnake appeared during his child's birthday party, he took the opportunity to show off his snake handling ability. In front of the children present at the party, he picked up the reptile.
Bad idea.
As he was putting on a show, Pratt lost his grip on the snake's head, and that's when it delivered 2 venomous bites to his face and neck. Pratt had been bitten before when he was 19 years old, so he knew time was of the essence. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors administered anti-venom, thus saving his life. Bites to the face and neck are particularly dangerous, as aside from internal bleeding, the swelling can close a person's airways, blocking oxygen to the vital organs.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Don't fuck around with snakes at all, and especially don't do it around kids, because God forbid if one of those kids get bit, your ass is getting sued and going to jail. Oh my god, I can't even imagine that. That's just horrible. This guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, he kind of deserved to get bit if you're gonna do this something that fucking stupid. I don't care how long you've been messing with them. Don't mess with them at all.
These adaptable snakes are found throughout North and South America, from southern Alberta and southern British Columbia in Canada to central Argentina. Their habitats range from regions as low as the sea level to heights of 11,000 feet, and may include desert sands, scrub brush, grasslands, or rocky hills. Rattlesnake diets mainly consist of rats, birds, mice, and other small animals. They're effective ambush predators, but may also actively pursue their prey. The rattlesnake mainly kills its prey by delivering a venomous bite. From birth, rattlesnakes have fully functioning fangs and venom and are already capable of killing prey. Unlike adult rattlesnakes, the young ones can't control the amount of venom they inject with a bite, which in certain situations can make them more dangerous. Number 4, Jeremy Sutcliffe. Rattlesnakes aren't just dangerous while they're alive. As one Texas man learned, they're equally as deadly after their head's been chopped off. On May 27th, 2018, Jeremy Sutcliffe and his wife Jennifer were doing yard work at their home near Lake Corpus Christi when he found a 4-foot rattlesnake slithering around the premises and decapitated it with a shovel. Because a snake's metabolism is much slower than ours, its internal organs stay alive for longer. As Sutcliffe bent down to pick up the remains, the severed head plunged its fangs into his hand, delivering all the venom that was left in the glands. Damn. After she called 911, Jennifer drove her husband 45 miles to hospital. During the drive, he started having seizures, bleeding internally, and losing his vision. Sutcliffe had to be airlifted the rest of the way. As they arrived at the hospital, doctors told Jennifer Jeremy might not make it. Instead of the regular 4 anti-venom doses, Sutcliffe, whose hand had already started developing severe necrosis, needed 26. Even though his kidneys were still weak, vials. Doctors managed to stabilize his condition.
Why do most of these snake victims, like, they always have to end up, like, even if they're in your home, they live so far from a hospital. It's just like, it's crazy. Like, no wonder no wonder you never have enough time to get there before something happens. But yeah, God, I kind of feel bad for this guy, because that's crazy. The other guy deserved it, but not this one. This is, ugh, that's horrible. Especially with thinking it's pretty much already dead. It's like, you kill me, I'm taking you with me, kind of thing, you know.
The rattlesnake can strike at 2/3 of his body length, and the patterns on his body provide excellent camouflage. Its fangs are connected by ducts to large venom glands located towards the rear of the head. When the rattlesnake bites, the muscles on the side of the glands contract, squeezing the venom through the ducts and into the fangs. It's extremely potent and mainly hemotoxic, meaning that it destroys tissue and disrupts blood clotting. Species like the tiger rattlesnake and the Mojave rattlesnake produce the highest levels of venom toxicity of all rattlesnakes. Their venom also has a neurotoxic component, which can cause severe paralysis. A rattlesnake bite can be fatal between 6 and 48 hours after envenomation. Survival depends on the time that passes between the bite and treatment. 99% of people treated with anti-venom within the first 2 hours of the bite have survived. Nevertheless, out of the 7,000 to 8,000 people bitten in the US each year, there are around 5 fatalities. Envenomation symptoms include intense pain at the site of the bite, swelling, anxiety, weakness, nausea and vomiting, hemorrhaging, and ultimately heart failure. Neurotoxic envenomation can cause skeletal muscle weakness, difficulty swallowing and speaking, difficulty breathing, vision problems, and respiratory failure. Number 3, Barry Lester. In May 2018, Barry Lester died while celebrating his 57th birthday after a rattlesnake bit him in both hands. Lester, a native of Oklahoma, was driving his pickup truck with his relatives when they spotted the reptile on the road. A previous rodeo calf roper, Lester reportedly had experience catching rattlesnakes. He stopped the truck and went to pick up the snake by the back of the head, as he had done so many times before. The venomous reptile twisted his head and bit Lester on his right hand. He then grabbed the snake with his left hand, and that's when it bit him again. Lester placed the snake in an empty toolbox on the bed of his pickup truck and was rushed away to his home, where his family had already called an ambulance. He was taken to a hospital, but the venomous bites, enhanced by his pre-existing heart condition, proved fatal. Number 2, Daniel Hose. 31-year-old Daniel Hose was a triathlete and an avid endurance sport practitioner. In October 2017, 3 years after he'd become an Iron Man, Hose was the victim of a fatal rattlesnake attack. He was about a mile into the trail at Mount Galbraith in Golden, Colorado, when the venomous serpent attacked him. Witnesses described the snake as being around 4 feet long. A doctor that was hiking in the area initially tended to Ho's bite. He was later taken to a hospital in Lakewood, where he was pronounced dead.
Damn.
There are a few precautionary steps to take whenever camping or trekking in rattlesnake territory. Wearing appropriate clothing is very important. Most bites occur at the level of the feet, ankles, and hands. Wear long, loose pants and sturdy hiking boots. Be mindful of your movements, as some bites have occurred with people accidentally stepping or sitting on a rattlesnake. Carry a long, sturdy stick which you can use to examine places where a rattlesnake might be hiding. If you do encounter one, back away slowly and don't engage it. A rattlesnake will really lunge at you if unprovoked. Its attack is faster than the human eye can catch, and a defending snake will most likely deliver more venom than one that was simply caught off guard. Even though it can bite from any position, rattlesnakes tend to exhibit some typical behavior before striking. This includes assuming a coiled position,
and
raising the front end of its body and making the rattle sound. There are many myths regarding the DIY treatment of a rattlesnake bite, and most are untrue. Don't try to suck or cut the venom out. And applying a tourniquet does more bad than good. Don't apply ice or water to the area either, as it doesn't help to preserve the tissue. Try not to raise the bitten area above the level of the heart and remain calm. If you're alone, getting to a hospital or a place where you can receive professional help is the #1 priority. Number 1.
Actually, let me stop here for just a second. Also, because sometimes when he said they will more than likely deliver venom, they will, but sometimes it could potentially be a dry bite where it won't inject any venom at all. But if you do get bit, don't always assume that it's going to be a dry bite, even though it's a possibility. Go straight to the fucking hospital just to be safe. You can never be sure. Ever.
The Golden Retriever. In June 2018, dog owner Paula Goodwin took her pets on a hike in Anthem, Arizona. The state is home to the most varied rattlesnake population, with around 13 different species slithering around. As Goodwin was enjoying the hike alongside her dogs, she almost stepped on a rattlesnake. The serpent quickly assumed a coiled position and attempted to lunge at Goodwin. That's when Todd, her golden retriever pup, stepped in the way of the attack. Todd ended up with a serious bite on his snout. The area around the bite became swollen and even developed slight necrosis. Fortunately, he received proper treatment in time and was soon heading towards a full recovery. Goodwin took to Facebook to praise heroic Todd, and her followers flooded her with messages wishing him a speedy recovery.
Well, that's sweet. I'm glad he's okay. So, yeah, well, I'm going to end the video here because we're damn near about 15 minutes and I can't have this video go over 15. So, yeah, is there anything you guys want me to react to? Leave it down in the comments below. Like I said, links in the description down below. And you guys have a blessed day. Love you guys.